When we're talking about micro-budget films in the trend that exists with making them, we have to define what that is. First off, I've seen it all. I've heard it all. There are people that I'll say, you know, they'll come to me and they'll say they're looking to make a micro-budget film, and I'll say, okay, what's that mean? And they'll say, you know, like $800,000. It's like, that's not micro-budget. So in their head, that's micro because maybe they were thinking movies should be in the 10 million and up range. Okay, or, and I've heard this one a lot too, they'll say, yeah, I can do a movie for $75,000. Okay, so when I speak micro budget, I'm talking about 100,000 and under, and really 50,000 and under, like the super micro budget films. So again, going back to this person, they'll say, I can make a movie for $75,000. It's micro budget, and I'll go, great. Tell me about the movie. And they'll say, well, the movie's this. It's a guy staring at his computer for an hour and a half, but there's images in the computer that come up, so that's why we could do it for $75,000. That's not the type of movie that will make any money whatsoever. And though you think, okay, that could be contained, you're really just taking the same idea of spending all kinds of money for a movie and pushing it down to the micro budget space and just making a teeny little slice of a movie. That's not what they are. Micro budgets are full features, and we go over in the course called Backyard Blockbuster, that it was one of the favorite courses we ever put out, and it's how to piece together the micro budget in the best way. And the key with these is you're making the film, and no one's going to say, oh, did you do this for $40,000? They're not going to say that. The budget's not the issue. I never wanted to ever make a movie where the budget was the selling point. Like, oh, Paranormal Activity was only made for $15,000. It's like, okay, the budget then becomes the selling point. And I've co-financed some of these micro budgets, and I have EP'd some of these where I ended up putting them together because there's a trend now with the technology and the digital tools that you can make something look incredible. And the key would be to make a real movie where people don't go, oh, did you make that for little? They just think it's a great movie. And I always equate it to the scene of shooting like a dinner table scene, like shooting a family at a dinner table. How many ways can you shoot that? How many ways, right? You could do a master establishing shot. You can do mediums. You can do close-ups. You can do extreme close-ups. But there's only a certain amount that you could do. I mean, unless you want to get crazy fancy and do a drone coming down on the kitchen table or a jib arm shot or something like that. Okay, but ultimately, it comes down to how much you're paying the actors, right? If it's, you know, Tom Hanks and Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney at the table, okay, that's going to be an expensive dinner scene. But the bottom line is the camera and the technology are going to look roughly the same. The days of where you can only get that 35 millimeter film camera if you have this amount of crew and this amount of people and all that are gone. You can get beautiful picture even from your iPhone. And so now you have beautiful picture and lighting and sound and all that. And that dinner table scene, you can make it cost $1 million, or you can make it cost $1,000. Okay, and here's what you have to understand about the micro budgets: or filming in general, filmmaking in general. No one cares how much crew you had. No one cares. If one guy with a camera and a boom pole can make something look incredible, no one goes, I wonder if there was 30, 40 crew behind. They don't care. Versus having 30, 40 crew on, the making of the movie and making an image that exists. All that matters, it's what's on the screen. So now, obviously, one person holding a camera and a boom may not be able to get the same amount of shots, but the key is you have to find that happy medium where you're not losing production value and you're making something look fantastic, look like a real movie. So, should you shoot a micro budget? Yes, because it's a low entry barrier for you to make a movie. It's lower money to raise, and now you're a feature filmmaker. But qualify it by saying, I'm going to make a real movie that looks great and use the resources and not find something that's, oh, it only takes place in a closet or the trunk of a car. No, don't do that. Do a real movie and just find a way to make it as cheaply as possible. And now you're a movie maker. And now your next movie, you can get to the bigger levels and the bigger levels and the bigger levels. Hey everybody, quick pitch on the Movie Producer Mastermind at Filmmaking Stuff HQ. If you want to learn how to finance your film, make your film, and then sell it and distribute it, this is where you need to be. It's the ultimate resource for putting your movie together. If you want to make your dream come true, you're going to want to check it out. Also hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put up new free content every week.